Up with my phone. 16 missed calls. Sorry I was busy, but I missed y'all. If you see me ballin' in my bitch ball, all my niggas ballin' like I'm rich ball. Skirt off in the alley, I'm a lift dog. All your bitches do Pilates when you're rich dog. So if she can't pop a squat, then that's a rip off. Keep it CDG, y'all niggas rip dog. Young nigga been, I think that he the only one. That nigga matches fitted with some Jordan 1s. It's seed and miss me.
Alright, so we just touched down in Durham, North Carolina. We're here for my final semester at Duke University. I'm honestly excited about it. I feel like it's going to be my best semester yet. You know, my journey just throughout Duke was a journey where I've begun to learn parts about myself, and some of my habits, tendencies, the things that I love, the things that I really dislike. I began to just been able to see myself thoroughly. And yeah, we're here for my final semester. It's going to be a time where I could really make the most out of this university. I'm hoping to be working on an independent study with 2 different professors, one from the economics department, one from the political science department. I feel like it would generally just, one, help me clarify my insights tenfold, and help it develop to something that's actually, industry grade one day. I feel like it's going to be great. I feel I'm going to learn a lot from them. I kid you not, like, these professors are outstanding and they have so much knowledge. These people have the opportunity to either be out in the corporate world, but instead they chose to educate people and to give it back. There's always so much that you can learn from people like that. Let's see what Duke has in store for this semester, What I'm thinking is, first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to set up my top 5 priorities for the different sectors in which I want to focus in right now. What are my top 5 priorities for my academics this year? My top 5 priorities for my career path this year, content this year, my Project Alpha, this project that I've been working on that essentially helps analyze sentiment across different bases, different sources, because nowadays we see that change happens fast, but change also happens slow at the same time. Other than that, personal and administrative things such as like finances, health goals, things like that. And so that's what I'm about to go do right now. I'm about to go set up, got my computer right here. Yeah, after that, I'm gonna unpack and see how it goes.
It can't be much. Especially to me. Black Soprano family. It's $1 million process and it can't be rushed. All the cake we touch coming through like a pastry truck. For that weight we cut, get sprayed like a paint retouch. Can't be much, nah nigga, can't be much. It's $1 million process and it can't be rushed. All the cake we touch coming through like a pastry truck. For that weight we cut, get sprayed like a paint retouch. Can't be much, nah nigga, can't be much. I ain't know a shop at Louis, nigga, it was Macy's once. Take it out the microwave, then you watch the plate heat up. Heard the blender running, that sound used to wake me up. Came home, I was back at it after 18 months. Still get my wife racks, babe, go and take these up. You can really ask babe, she tough. Nah, nigga, I don't make things up. Pray for me that the jakes never come chase me up. Came back off
So we just wrapped up with the first day in my last semester here at Duke University. Today was good, slow pace, but at the same time, it was just a matter of me getting into my routine. Class that I had today was statistics. It was a pretty big class. There was almost like 300 students in the class. Introduction class, because this is the first day class. As the class ended, I was walking up to the professor and there was 2 different swarms. Swarms that are going outside and there are swarms that were going inside to talk to the professor as well. And it was nearly like just 50 students just lined up, just trying to talk to the professor. So I'm like, so she's going to be busy right now. She's probably just a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of people that are just flowing in. I'm like, all right, cool. She gave us her email. So what I was going to do is send an email to her, just let her know that, like, I'd love to meet with her in person, just one-on-one, just to chat a little bit more about, one, what she seeks for us to get out of this class, why she got driven to statistics in the first place, her past before she decided to be a professor, why she wanted to be a professor. At the same time, I want to make sure that I'm also letting her know who I am, my goals, my aspirations, my possible career interests. And having this one-on-one conversation and time with the professor at the beginning of the semester, it allows us to be on the same page from the start. It's like I know what she's looking for me to get out of the class, and she knows what I'm looking to get out of the class as well. Something I implemented from learning from my academic dismissal. And you may have the question, like, why was I on academic dismissal from Duke? Outside the fact that I was, working outside of the university, traveling for different shoots and working with different brands, etc., the reality of the situation is that it doesn't really match up with my individual style of learning. Your homework assignments, you get tests, you have certain deadlines that you have to reach. You have to answer a certain problem in the exact way the professor tells you to answer it. And if you get other things wrong, then you're going to lose points off of it. The way that I like to go about thinking and the way that I like to go about navigating the world is a bit in the abstract way. There's just so many ways for us to be creative and make something out of nothing. And that's what I struggled with a little bit, because I felt as though I was being placed in a box. I felt as though I was being programmed and I was being taught that this is the way I'm supposed to do things. If that is truly the singular way that you can answer this problem, then of course, by all means, like, feed me that knowledge, because why would I not want to learn the ultimatum? I also realized that there's just so much that you can genuinely just learn from the real world, from getting out there, from having experiences, from working with people, from interacting with people, from learning from people out there that have done it already and have experienced life. It made me feel as though school was like limiting me in a little bit, you know, and even though I go to the prestigious university, Duke University, I still felt as though I was being a little bit placed inside of a box. And that's no shade to Duke, you know, like, I feel like they do what they need in order to make sure that students have a well-rounded education, but it's just a typical structure of American education as it stands, for me at least, just does not really work. I like getting hands-on experience. I like diving deep. I like asking tons of questions. I like figuring out all the nuances behind certain situations. But we can't really get into all. And so while all that's sitting in my mind, I have to try to focus on the things that the professors are saying at the same time. And for me, that's something that's extremely difficult. While that is true, I'm also just really, really excited for this semester. After spending some time on the academic dismissal, after having those 2 semesters away, I was able to just understand deeper how I like to learn. I can find little hints, I can find secrets, I can find knowledge in literally every aspect of education, whether it be from learning about biology or learning about things in history. I'm learning so much about things that may correlate to my present world. I knew I was interested in finance. I knew that I wanted to change financial institutions as they stand, but at the same time, I felt like I wasn't really learning the main things that I needed to learn to do that. But now, going into this semester, I'm realizing that that's true. There's systems in place that we have to follow for the university. But at the same time, I can't just think of the institution as solely the institution and not recognize the individuals who work within it. I have to recognize that these are dynamic individuals who have past lives, personalities, who are in the job that they chose for a reason, because they want to teach us, because they want us to know as much as we want to know about whatever it is that they're teaching. It made me 10 times more excited to learn from these people, to get the knowledge and just have a different respect for the university as it stands, because I'm realizing that this is genuinely a hub of knowledge. Whether it be the library, whether it be the professors, the doctors, the network that you have, the people that are in the business school or in the medicine school or in the engineering department, whatever it may be, there's knowledge everywhere. You think ChatGPT is cool, but ChatGPT hasn't lived the human experience, you know, and so having this communication directly one-on-one with somebody, it just opens up whole new doors for being able to enjoy this experience. It sucks that it took me a while to realize this and to actually lock in, but here we are. We're here for the last semester. Let's learn as much as we can. And sure, like, the things are still in place. I still have to do my homework. I still have to take exams. I still have to show up to class. But now there's a little bit more of a tailwind behind all that. Over time, I grew a little bit more responsible as well, able to keep track of the deadlines and things that I have in order for myself. You know, those things are non-negotiables, and non-negotiables need to be non-negotiables. That's still the system in play. However, that's something I could grow upon. And I can't really grow upon something if I don't even know it in the first place. Let me first get the baseline. Let me first understand what they're trying to teach me to the fullest, so that once I do that, I could build upon it. It's like we are in a vast ocean. And now, instead of feeling like I'm being pushed back by the tide, I'm being more absorbed by the tide. I'm being pulled in. Even if you don't enjoy the way that your university is teaching you, or the system, or the institution as a whole, and you feel like you can be making more of an impact out in the real world, doing the things, please just soak up all this knowledge. This is a time in life where you're completely free, where you don't have as much obligations and responsibilities. The thing that you do have is an education. You have the freedom to genuinely be curious. You have the freedom to expand your knowledge and expand your growth within yourself and of the world as it stands. And we'll have a great semester this time around. That being said, I'm gonna catch up.